The haunting mystery of the Mary Celeste, Maritime's greatest ghost ship. Picture a ship adrift on an endless ocean, silent, except for the creak of its timbers and the whisper of the wind in its sails. This is the Mary Celeste, a name that has haunted maritime history for over 150 years. In late 1872, the brigantine ship set sail from New York Harbor, bound for Genoa, Italy, carrying a precious cargo of denatured alcohol. On board were Captain Benjamin Briggs, his wife Sarah, and their 2-year-old daughter, Sophia. The captain, a man of deep faith and a reputation as one of the most skilled mariners of his time, seemed tailor-made for the task. But this voyage was anything but routine. It was a time when maritime travel was fraught with challenges, limited technology, unpredictable weather, and the ever-present dangers of the open sea. Yet, these were risks Captain Briggs and his crew were well prepared to navigate. No one could have predicted that this vessel, laden with cargo and hope, would instead become a ghost, drifting aimlessly across the waves. Fast forward to December 4th, 1872. The DEI Gracia, a Canadian brigantine, was cutting through the waters of the Atlantic Ocean when its crew spotted a ship in the distance. Something wasn't right. The vessel seemed eerily quiet, its sails fluttering weakly in the wind. As the DEI Gracia approached, they identified the ship. It was the Mary Celeste. The vessel appeared seaworthy, its cargo intact, and it bore no signs of a struggle or natural disaster. However, it was utterly deserted. Captain Briggs, his family, and the crew of 7 were nowhere to be seen. The lifeboat was missing, but everything else, provisions, personal belongings, and the cargo, remained undisturbed. What could have driven everyone to abandon a perfectly functional ship in the middle of the ocean? The Mary Celeste's last logbook entry was dated November 25, 1872, 8 days before its discovery. The entry provided no clues about what might have gone wrong. It simply recorded the ship's position, showing it was progressing smoothly on its voyage. The sudden silence in the log only added to the sense of unease. The Mary Celeste was brought to Gibraltar, where a formal investigation began. Authorities combed through the ship for any evidence that might explain its eerie abandonment. They found no bloodstains, no signs of violence, and no damage to the vessel that could hint at a catastrophe. Many theories were proposed. Could there have been a mutiny among the crew? Perhaps the captain's authority had been challenged, leading to violence and desertion. But this notion was quickly dismissed. Captain Briggs was well respected, and his crew, hand-picked for their skills and character, was highly experienced. There was no evidence of a struggle. Others speculated about natural disasters. Did a rogue wave or sudden storm force the crew to abandon ship in a panic? Again, the evidence didn't align. The ship bore no signs of such calamities, and its condition suggested a calm departure. And then there was the mysterious cargo. Some investigators posited that fumes from the alcohol might have leaked, creating the fear of an explosion. This could explain why the lifeboat was missing. Perhaps the crew had evacuated temporarily, intending to return once the fumes dissipated, only to be lost at sea. As news of the Mary Celeste spread, the story captured imaginations across the world. It wasn't long before sensational theories began to emerge. Some claimed supernatural forces were at play. The idea of a ghost ship proved irresistible to a public enthralled by the mysteries of the unknown. Others turned their eyes to the heavens. Could the disappearance of the crew have been the work of extraterrestrials? The lack of evidence certainly left room for this hypothesis to flourish, even if it veered into the fantastical. For others, the unanswered questions about the Mary Celeste reflected broader fears about the power and unpredictability of nature. The image of an abandoned ship, perfect in every way except for the absence of life, became a chilling metaphor for the fragility of human control in the face of the mighty seas. Certain details about the Mary Celeste only added to the mystery. The provisions were sufficient to last for 6 months, removing any urgency to abandon the ship. The personal belongings of the crew and passengers, including toys that surely belonged to young Sophia, remained in place, untouched. And then there was the missing lifeboat. Why had they taken it? It suggested an orderly evacuation, but to what end? Had they intended to return? Or had they feared that the Mary Celeste itself posed a danger they couldn't risk staying to understand? These eerie details have puzzled investigators and historians for generations, leaving a frustrating gap where the truth should be. With no definitive answers, the Mary Celeste became more than a mystery. It became a legend. Its story has inspired countless novels, films, and documentaries. It has been reimagined and retold in ways that play on humanity's innate curiosity about the unknown. Why does this mystery endure? Perhaps it is because the Mary Celeste represents something universal, the allure of the unexplained. It is a reminder that even in an age of rapid technological advances, there are still questions we may never have the tools to answer. The legend of the Mary Celeste persists not because of what we know, but because of what we don't. It speaks to our fascination with the unknown and our desire to make sense of things that seem incomprehensible. Was it a tragedy born of human error, a freakish natural event, or something entirely beyond our understanding? As you consider the tale of the Mary Celeste, one haunting question lingers. What happened to Captain Briggs, his family, and his crew on that fateful voyage? What drove them to leave the ship, seemingly without a fight, and step into the abyss? Perhaps we'll never know, or perhaps the ocean itself guards secrets it will never reveal. One thing is certain, the Mary Celeste will forever be a ghost ship, sailing through the annals of history, a beacon for those drawn to the mysteries of the deep. Like and subscribe for more exciting stories.